investigation ends, focus will now turn to Lower Manhattan and the Office of the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York.
Those are part of the investigation that's currently being looked at.
For months, Michael Cohen, who was the president's fixer and personal attorney, has been cooperating with prosecutors in New York investigating campaign finance violations, the Trump organization's finances, and possible illegal foreign donations to the Trump Inaugural Committee. Former U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Preet Bharara.
The special counsel's office mission was circumscribed by what Rod Rosenstein, the acting attorney general at the time for purposes of this case, said they could look at. The Southern District folks, they're not circumscribed by anything. They can look at crime as they see fit.
Separately, the New York State Attorney General has issued subpoenas to Deutsche Bank related to the financing of major Trump organization projects, as well as Mr. Trump's failed effort in 2014 to buy the NFL's Buffalo Bills. And even though the special counsel's investigation has wrapped, Mueller's work moves forward in federal court. The president's former campaign advisor and friend, Roger Stone, faces trial in November on charges related to lying to Congress and witness tampering. There are also half a dozen congressional investigations already underway, and the Mueller report could lead to many more. Jonathan Turley is a CBS News analyst.
Many of these committees were held in abeyance waiting for the completion of the special counsel investigation. Now that it's done, they have a free field to operate.
Over the weekend, House and Senate Democrats sent letters to more than half a dozen federal agencies and the White House counsel's office demanding the preservation of all documents and evidence amassed by Mueller's team. Jeff Begays, CBS News, Washington.
More than 1,000 people were on board when engine troubles and rough water forced the passengers off a cruise ship in Norway. Passengers on a Viking Sky cruise ship were stranded off the coast, some waiting in life vests for 20 hours as strong winds and rough waters made conditions miserable and dangerous. At least 20 people were injured as the ship tossed about.
After we arrived at the hotel, where it just hit me, the enormity and the potential disaster. We came so close to having a catastrophic event out there. It was a horrible storm. I've never experienced anything like that, never. And it was something that I hope no one ever has to experience again.
Hundreds were taken by helicopter to safety. The rest remained on the ship and were pulled to shore by tugboats. Other international travel issues concerning people this weekend include the Boeing 737. American Airlines say it plans to cancel the flights well into April due to the grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX jets. The world's largest airline said it's canceling about 90 flights a day, and it now plans to do that through April 24th. Prior to Sunday's announcement, American only canceled flights through March 28th. Phoenix, Arizona police are investigating after multiple people were shot outside a party in the early hours of this morning. Phoenix police say a fight broke out at a party being held at a warehouse. Police say shots were fired and a total of 7 people were struck. None of the injuries appear to be life-threatening.
And as we head into those evening and overnight hours, we're really going to start to see those clouds really continue to increase along with those rain chances. You'll notice here on satellite and radar, those rain chances really just to our north. The greater chance is still out to our west, so we still have a little bit more time before we see the bulk of the showers arrive. But as we look at pinpoint Doppler right now, we're looking kind of at that clean sweep, not really seeing those showers quite yet. But you can look over to our west, just north of Louisville. You can see where that heavy rain is starting to move in there. That'll impact us as we head into your Monday morning. Temperatures, there's not too bad outside, anywhere from those mid to upper 50s, really only dropping into those lower 50s tonight. Pretty warm, especially compared to yesterday, about 10 to maybe even 15 degrees warmer than we were at this time yesterday. And that's a big thanks to cloud cover, and that's really going to keep us warm as we head throughout the overnight hours as well. So as we head into your Monday, we are going to see those rain chances increasing. And after that front moves through, it's going to give us a cool down. But the good news is it'll be short and brief. And by the time we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll see that sunshine return quickly. We'll talk about that and more coming up in just a little bit. Macy.
All right, thank you, Paige. The U.S. Forest Service says a wildfire burned more than 20 acres in the Wildcat Ridge area and Red River Gorge. The area is east of Highway 715 in Wolfe County. Today, crews tried containing that blaze. The area surrounding the fire is closed right now and will not reopen until it's safe to the public. During an event on Saturday, several Kentucky leaders made an announcement about a new program that studies low-income families and employment. The event was held at Lake Hills Oasis in Somerset. Governor Matt Bevin, U.S. Congressman Hal Rogers, and many others attended. The program is called Building Evidence on Employment Strategies for Low-Income Americans. Addiction Recovery Care was selected as one of the first organizations in the United States to participate. The Kentucky Wildcats are headed to the Sweet 16 after the Cats defeated the Wayford Bulldogs yesterday. That sent them to the Sweet 16. A local bar and grill in Perry County says game days, well, they're always crazy busy for them, but the atmosphere is unbelievable during March Madness.
This place is lined out the door. The atmosphere is electrifying. Everybody up on their feet. Barely any walking room. Everybody's up, cheering. It's a very exciting place to be when Kentucky's playing.
You can catch Kentucky back in action this coming Friday. A new homeless shelter is opening up in Floyd County. It's called East Kentucky House of Hope. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher visited their open house tonight to learn more.
Years in the making.
It's surreal, you know, after 3 years and blood, sweat, and tears.
East Kentucky House of Hope began as an idea in Gail Spradlin's imagination.
But I'm super excited. You know, our community has needed this for a while now.
She, along with Mickey McGuire, worked together to house the homeless in Floyd County.
One phone call that Mickey made and organized some meetings and stuff like that, and it just happened from there.
McGuire says homelessness in this region is a real issue.
We have much more homelessness than people realize, and it's really serious, and it's not being addressed.
And when asked about how far the shelter has grown,
that would almost make me cry, but we started with absolutely nothing.
Spradlin says their goal is to get people back on their feet.
KRC is going to offer those services to break down those barriers to make sure that they can go into long-term housing.
Built mainly on donations, she hopes to help better the surrounding area.
I hope it just continues to go and grow and makes a difference in our community.
In Floyd County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
The shelter will house 12 clients. East Kentucky House of Hope will start accepting those clients on Wednesday. A woman in Leslie County is unable to get to her home due to a mudslide. Louise Coots says lived on Collins Fork for 30 years. She says a little more than a month ago, a major mudslide happened on her road, and after the county cleaned it up last week, a few days later, it slipped again. The only way she's able to get to her home is by foot.
I went up to the house, but the way the road was, it was so muddy that I was afraid to go back up there. And then this slipped off, but they'd put some gravels on. But it was real muddy.
We tried reaching out to KYTC District 11 this afternoon about the slide, but we were unable to get a hold of them at this time. Bowling for a Good Cause, a tournament organized by the Madison County Bowling Association, has grown to 140 bowlers of all ages and skill levels. The event raises money for Hospice Care Plus, which provides end-of-life care in 6 counties in central and eastern Kentucky. The tournament held in memory of longtime Madison County bowler Lametta Doss.
Kids can do it, non-bowlers can do it, anybody that wants to just come out and throw a ball can do it and score well, and it's fun.
The money will go towards things like medications and other needs not covered by insurance. Organizers say today's tournament raised at least $20,000, far exceeding their $13,000 goal. And still to come on Mountain News Weekend Edition, millions of people across northern U.S. and Canada are getting a rare chance to see the Northern Lights. We'll explain why. But first, are robots doing jobs just a fad, or are they here to stay? We'll take a look at some new technology.
And showers will move into the mountains overnight and into your Monday. Those details coming up in just a few short minutes.